Happy hump day. Yay. For those working Monday to Friday, you are halfway there. Okay, so today I am going to run through the normal um, kind of flow of these things. We're going to start with just reflecting on yesterday. What did you have planned? Did you achieve those things? If you are listing things that you're trying to stop, I am. How did you do? Um, so, yeah, we'll start off with the review and then we're going to slide quite nicely into the journaling portion of this 20 minutes. And as always, you can journal however you wish. I'm going to discuss something that came out of a post yesterday, and it's around about feeling that guilt of giving yourself like 10 minutes to write, to journal, to some people feel that it's selfish, they shouldn't be taking that time, there's so many other things to do. So I'm going to talk around some tips to kind of try and counteract that feeling, and then propose just some real fun prompts that kind of way back when I first started this kind of journey of kind of self-discovery, healing, progression, growing, some of the questions I considered and started out with. So get your journal, have a look at yesterday, maybe write some thoughts down around yesterday. um, like I said, I put out a post around about the kind of what I found out to be the micro generation of exennials. And I like exennials, not zennials. Americans say zennials. I'm from the UK, there's an X in there, so it's exennials. Okay, so there's that. Now, this isn't about, because I've got a few other posts coming out this week, and they're all around the same kind of theme. And it all came from kind of sitting down. I think I said on Monday or Tuesday that I spent some time reflecting over the weekend. And it's that kind of, asking yourself the deep questions, digging into where beliefs come from, feelings come from. So this is not bashing how I was brought up. I love the way I was brought up. I'm quite grateful to be part of that micro generation where I experienced some freedom. Let's face it, it was freedom to be able to go out, not be chained to mobile phones. Just having street lights as our, hey, you got to get your ass home now. There was a lot of freedom that came with my childhood. I'm very grateful that none of it was recorded to then be played out when I'm like old. So there's that. But there were other things that, kind of contributed to my current thought processes, the way I behave, the way I think, the way I see the world, everything. So I've been digging into that and trying to deconstruct it and rebuild if I don't like it. So that's where the posts that I'm focusing on right now, that's where it's come from. It's come from a place of exploration, examination, and questioning, and kind of being kind. These things happened. It is what it is. It's now up to me to kind of recognize that and go, yeah, I don't like that thought process. I don't like the way I'm thinking about that, or the way I'm behaving when I don't know, see something, do something, hear something. So what do I do about it? These are my choices now. I'm a fucking adult, so they say. I'm an adult. So, have you had a look over yesterday? Did you do well? Look for a win. Look for the good in the day. Try and keep things positive. Hopefully you're not watching the news. I caught a few minutes this morning. Oh my God. Some heavy shit going on out there. So, bit of time for reflection, few minutes while I chatted through my thoughts on what's coming post-wise. So, I have a few things that I naturally done, and then other things that I kind of put in place to alleviate that guilt. So when you come to taking the time, so whether it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20, half an hour, however long you want to sit down and just spend some time journaling, to try and mitigate that guilt of, I could be doing, God, there's just always a list of chores. So one, try and reframe it. If you think it's a selfish act, then reframe it into potentially like, if you're kind of analytical minded, categorize your journaling as a workshop session. Yeah. Call it whatever you want. Me time, self-care, workshopping with myself, but reframe it. So if you're uncomfortable with the journaling as a title, give it another name. If you're someone, and this is very much me, when I sit down, 100 other things, 100 other tasks come to mind instantly. And that happens when I meditate, or try to meditate, or journal. So what I've kind of put in place as a process is a scrap piece of paper, a rough notebook just off to the side. So you have your journal that you're going to concentrate on. You've got this scrap piece of paper over there. The minute you go, shouldn't be doing this, I need to go and do the dishes. Write the dishes down. Go back to your journaling. Carry on. Next time, I need to, wash curtains, blinds, write it down. Get it out your head. Pop it over there. At the end, you then have the choice. You can look at that list and go, yeah, I knew I had to do all that. I'm just going to crack on and do, pick the first one or whatever. Or you can work to a list that you have just created that is bugging you. It's bugging you because it's in your head, or it's in your head trying to trick you into doing something else rather than spending just a few moments on yourself. The third tip I have is something that I didn't realize was beneficial to me. I mean, right, I'm not going to say smoking is beneficial. It's the breathing. So I saw someone give this tip as a way of calming anxiety or stressful feelings. Now, I can't go into all the ways in which, in the body, how everything kind of connects and impacts each other, because that's just too much information for my brain. When it comes to the workings of the brain, I can remember that stuff. But when we're talking nerves and what the nerves are called, biology was never my forte. No. So I don't know the ins and outs, but it's the breathing. So they were saying to take a deep breath in, and when you breathe out, it's through pursed lips. Now, what do I do when I'm vaping? And apparently, by breathing like that, it tickles some nerve that does something else and causes your body to start relaxing. So, to try and alleviate the stress, the anxiety around giving yourself some time, 1, reframe it. 2, get a scrap piece of paper for those random pesky thoughts about chores and adult crap. 3, breathe with pursed lips. I think this is the only time that the duck pout works. So there's the 3 tips. Now, if you're thinking, where do I start on digging into all this crap? All these years that I've been on the planet, I've experienced all these things. What can I start doing? Now, I started with some just fun, reflective, thinking back to when I was a kid. And I started listing out all the jobs I wanted to do. I mean, I wanted to do so much, from everything from a vet to flying a Harrier jet. I don't know how I got from one to the other. I also wanted to be a physiotherapist until I actually done work experience and realised that that wasn't me. I had to do some things that just didn't suit me, all because I wanted to use the magic sponge on rugby players' legs. That was teenage me. So, yeah, I'd done this fun kind of writing out all the different things that I ever wanted to do as a kid, and then took it one step further. How do I feel about those job roles now? Did I make the right decision by not going? On some of them, yes. On other ones, like flying the Harrier jet, that was never going to happen. Why? Because I wore glasses. But when I started digging through all the different kind of aspirations that I had as a kid, there were themes. And then when I tracked it through what I studied at school, what I studied at college, what happened in between, because it wasn't a straight line for me, and then how I've ended up where I am now, I could almost go, yeah, I should have picked that one. That one might have been better. So it's having a bit of fun with these questions, reliving old kind of memories, ideas, and then sitting down as you are now, at whatever age you are, and re-looking at them. Creativity was in my life all the way through. I got into university to study psychology, but I was so exhausted after 2 years of A levels. I went, I need a time out, and I went to university to study art for a year. I just wanted a year to chill out. At GCSE, I took media studies. And then halfway through, I can't remember why, but I think the teacher had a lot to do with it. I dropped it and picked up art. So I found this weird trend where I would go down more of an academic route to then bail and go, I want to do art. I want to do something creative. And that all started with wanting to be a journalist. And I'm not sure whether it was the writing aspect that I enjoyed. I think that had something to do with it. Or whether I loved the layout of newspapers, the little columns, fit the pictures in, and, the headlines. And I just loved the layout. And what am I doing now? So there's something that you can sit down. It's a fun exercise, and you never know what might pop up. Some other really key questions I found helpful was to, envisage what my perfect day would look like. What makes up a perfect day. And you can take money out of it, take a job out of it. If you're presented with a day where you could do whatever you want, what would that look like? What does a week look like? From there, you can start drilling down into what's important to you, what interests you, what makes you happy, what brings you joy, which I think is, I don't know, is it different to happiness? Or are they the same? I don't know. But things that make you smile, things that make your heart soar, things that don't cause you like overly stressed. I mean, stress is always there, to some lesser degree or greater degree. So they're fun. They're fun prompts that actually, once you've done, you can have a bit of fun with them. Then you can take them further, you have the choice then to do something with that information. And what I really like about journaling is it's not just about the writing and getting everything out, but it's the information you're putting down. What can you do with it? You don't have to do anything with it, but is there something in your writing, in your thoughts, in your kind of within yourself? Is there something that you need to take action on? So I really like that. That's what I like about it. And that's what I've really liked about the kind of the reflective writing I've done over the last couple of days. All these things are popping up, and some things make me smile. Some things are really sad. The post I've got coming out today is around something that I reflected on, something I I saw a question, and it made me stop, made me think, and it made me really think about, yeah, this was said to me, and I can see how that affected me. Now, I was told this statement, and you can read it this afternoon, when I was quite young. So I don't think I purposely, went, oh, I'm going to let this affect me, because I don't think you think that as a kid. But looking back, it has affected so many kind of areas of my life where I should have been cheering. I should have been celebrating, being happy, being pleased with myself. I couldn't. So, yeah, that was a bit deep. Didn't mean to go that far so early. Okay, so hopefully, while I've done my little rant, you are maybe taking notes or writing some ideas down, or actually kind of doing a set journaling routine, whether that be kind of a reflective, mindfulness, creative kickoff, or just, I don't know, journaling about your dreams. You tell me. I don't know if we have any. I never put the chat on. I should put the chat on. I'm not used to checking the chat. Okay. One thing I'm going to keep just touching on, even though I've only got the one thing that I'm focusing less on right now, and that is focusing less on smoking. And I've put in my journal for today, less on smoking, keep it up, girl, because I'm doing well, I think. Yeah, what can I say? I'm doing all right, but I want to keep that up. So, plan for the day. Next, just write down a brief outline of what you've got planned. Alongside, hopefully that fits into anything that you're focusing on. As always, try and create the space. One thing I forgot to do this week, which I started doing last week, and it was only when I was kind of going through my notes, I was like, oh, I haven't done that this week. And that's kind of sitting down around about 3:30 and reading and doing a bit of writing. Thing is, though, I didn't feel like I needed to step away from anything on Monday, because I was kind of in the flow of doing lots of notes. And yesterday I got caught up with trying to reboot my internet, because it was being a bitch. It just didn't want to work. It kept dropping out. It was just fucking everything up for me. So I had a bit of a frantic kind of hour or so trying to unplug everything, replug everything. Oh, it was just, I love tech, but when it goes wrong, I hate it. That causes me stress. Anyway, so I'm hoping you've spent some time during these like almost 20 minutes, not just listening, but making notes, writing some ideas down, doing a bit of journaling in however manner that you wish to. If you have any questions, send them through. I shall address them. I don't think I had any questions from yesterday. No. No. No one's got any questions. So I'm going to leave it there. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this 20 odd minutes. Like I said, I've got a pretty raw post coming out later today, and I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think. And I might actually spend some time this afternoon pulling together a similar format that I done this morning, looking at maybe some tips on how to avoid what I experienced, how to deal with it, and the different questions that you can pose to yourself to try and get over this shit. So I bid you a wonderful, wonderful hump day. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to chatting to you soon.